Okay, let's bring these microphones into the play.
Alrighty.
This is still working, I hope. Well, let me check. It does work.
Yay, yay, yay.
I want to know who's Michael. No? You don't want to tell?
You want to know who's Michael?
Okay, yeah.
It's obviously Michael Jackson.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay, let's go.
I'm bad like Michael.
There you go. There you go. I'm going to take these out of frame, and I'm going to come back, and then let's start from there. So we are here. We are here live.
Yes, yes, yes.
And we are bringing the talent where the talent needs to be in front of the audience. And I'm happy to be here with you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah. So we're going to take it back and we're going to go forward. And when in between the taking back and going forward, there's going to be the you and I in the present moment. Hopefully we'll share this one for the audience to witness, believe, and enjoy. So yeah. Are you ready?
I am ready.
Are you ready?
I am ready.
Are you ready? Let me ask you.
Ready.
Okay, let's go. So we're gonna take it back for a first time when you were little.
Okay.
You were little, but you were introduced to music early on. Is that right?
I was.
What was your first introduction to music like? Tell me more about that.
My mom is a very important person when it comes to this. She really loved Michael Jackson when she was younger. And when I was about 5, she quite literally sat me down and played his music videos for me. And even explained, like, I'm going to show you someone who was very influential when I was younger, and how revolutionary he was, and the way he was dancing and singing in his music videos. And she says that I was sitting in the middle of the living room with like mouth open, amazed by what I saw. So that's when I fell in love with performing and music. And she also had a collection of CDs and vinyls with Latin music and old school R&B. We didn't even know necessarily who the artists were because it was like a compilation CD. But that was playing around my household a lot. And I see that when I look back at like old VHS footage as well, that type of music was always playing. And I just began to fall in love with it. Yeah.
You were dancing, you were singing, and you were embracing music early on.
Yes, I was always a very loud and enthusiastic child. I don't have a brother or sister, but I always say that I understand my parents because I was a lot to take. I was like 5 kids alone, jumping and doing all kinds of stuff. Yeah.
Wow, 5 kids in one. That's good. That's good. Awesome. Well, I want to ask you more about your parents because they certainly raised you well. Yeah, and made you, I have to say it, a superstar. So yeah.
Thank you.
So what was their inspiration like? How did they inspire you? How did your mom and dad inspire you?
Both of them are just really good people who married for love and not for money. And the love that we have for each other is the foundation of everything that I do. Because I have a lot of love for music as well. And my dad is just a regular good guy. He's a very determined person, a very simple guy. He's a physical worker, so I always had a lot of respect for that, how he wanted to provide for his family. And my mom, basically, when you see me and hear me, you see my mom. Because she's very loud, she's very outspoken, she's a very free spirit. And she always taught me, live and let live, and be good, but only when you must. That's what she says. So she's a rebel herself. So I like to think of myself as like a freedom lover and like a soft rebel. Because she's still very feminine and very nurturing, but she's very badass. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And so you at what point do you share your dream with your family? Because I assume maybe this was natural for them, that you are like a talented person who wants to sing and produce and make music. Or maybe this was something that they didn't expect.
Nobody expected this, I think, because we didn't really have any musicians in my family. My grandpa was a great dancer, but that's about it. And my dad can play a few chords on the guitar, and he used to be in a rock band when he was a teenager, but only to like get girls and stuff like that. He did say that, so I can spill the tea.
It's on the record.
Yeah. And I was always like gravitating towards music, but I think every child does in a way. And as I grew up, I always used to put on like a lot of shows for them for their birthdays or anniversaries, and it had like poetry and some like little theater skit that I did with my cousin and my classmates for my parents, and it always included music as well. So that was about when I was like 9 and 10, but my real like love for performing started when I was about 12, 13. That was when I was 13 when I first performed alone on stage. I did like choir singing, and in school I was kind of forced to sing like Hungarian folk songs because the teacher recognized that I have a good voice, but it wasn't really what I loved. I was already like an R&B girly at that time, but I had to because it was cool.
What was your influences back then, or like what did you listen to that you liked singing back then?
The very first song I ever performed was "Beautiful" by Christina Aguilera.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah. That was really weird because it was in the countryside of Hungary when there's like 3,000 people there, and I already started learning English on my own at that time, and I actually learned English through music and movies.
Amazing.
I wanted to know what my favorites are singing about, and that was my inspiration to learn English, and it always came very natural, and I think it's a really nice language in music. And since I always loved R&B, R&B is it's done in English. That's the most authentic language for it, because it started in America. So
yeah, a rapper says it originated a block that I've never been to, even though it influences me so much, so I want to go to.
Yeah. So I was like 13 when it became more obvious, and from 13 to about 16 I went to a lot of like children's competition all around.
So you were competing.
I was competing.
You were winning?
Never first place, but like second place, third place.
Second place is the best place to be, because you can always like strive to become better and better. First place, you get complacent, I think.
I wasn't perfect. I was pitchy sometimes when I was singing.
Okay.
And then I was, practicing it more. But the performance side of it, the fire, that was always there. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Tell me more about your influences. You said Michael.
Yeah.
And Beautiful.
I love Michael Jackson. I love Christina Aguilera. I love 90s R&B like Jodeci and Boyz II Men. Rihanna and Beyonce, as far as like stage presence, I love them. I love how lyrical and deep Lauryn Hill is. I love Celia Cruz. We had a lot of Enrique Iglesias and Julia Iglesias playing in our household. Who else? We had a lot of like Stevie Wonder and Ray Charles playing on that compilation CD, but I didn't know it's them at that time. I loved, I didn't understand the lyrics, but somehow like
it spoke to you.
I understood it. Yeah, even at that young age, I really loved that soulful sound. Mm-hmm. And then I really love Kendrick Lamar. And this is
whoa! Let me just stop you right there.
I love Drake.
No.
I love Drake.
No. I have to say it. Maybe it's not you. I have to say it. Kendrick Lamar won the arguments. He's the best. He's the winner.
But I also love Drake. I'm really sad that they're beefing because I love both of them.
Yeah, I know. Toronto represent, Drake represent, all that good stuff. Yeah. But I'm a Kendrick fanboy too. Okay. So yeah. Well, do you have like a favorite song like Humble or like maybe Fall? Or
my favorite song by Kendrick Lamar is Element.
I
love Element.
Okay.
Yeah. And I love Rich Spirit.
Rich Spirit, of course.
2022 album. Yeah.
These are moments in life when you listen to a song and it makes you feel something.
Yep.
And you make us feel something too.
Thank you.
How do you do that?
Well, I just like to connect with people when I perform, and you know this because you've seen me perform.
Yeah.
I don't know if you noticed, but I I like to like look at people in the crowd, and I always look for eye contact, and I try to catch the eyes of people, even if it's a faster song. It doesn't have to be a slow and sentimental song to connect with people, because sometimes people just want to hear like a nice song and a nice beat. It doesn't have to be too deep all the time. I think my music is a nice balance of having heart-hitting beats and like meaningful lyrics, but without it being too syrupy and sentimental.
Right. Yeah. I can confirm you do that and more than that, I think.
Thank you so much.
So thank you for bringing the joy and life into
Yes.
your soul, and then sharing that with us as an audience, because
Thank you for being there.
it is
Because without you guys, there's no me. Without
Yeah.
audience, I can still do it, but it's much better when there's feedback.
absolutely. Absolutely. And you bring a certain sense of authenticity to your music
Thank you very
that
much.
no one else can.
Thank you very much.
It's
I
only
appreciate
you.
that. Thank you.
How do you embrace your roots?
I think roots are very important, but this might sound controversial, but I also do believe that as we grow and we are like sponges and take in inspiration, we can like reshape and reinvent ourselves. And I kind of shed my skin from being a small town girl. I was not happy when I grew up. I experienced a lot of abuse in school, even sometimes physical abuse, and definitely like verbal abuse for a lot of years. And it really shaped my self-image, and I looked at myself as very ugly and worthless for a very long time. So the confidence that I have is rebuilt from like scratch. I had to like be done with that version of myself and build this new Dominiqa that is able to shine.
Wow. Can we stop for a second and appreciate this? Wow.
Yeah.
And who is this new you?
The new me is emotionally sassy.
Mm-hmm.
She's not afraid to be feminine and masculine at the same time. She's not afraid to, show her body when she wants to, but wear a turtleneck and baggy stuff when she wants to. I believe that you don't need to be just one thing. You can show your sides and be multidimensional, and that kind of shows in my music as well. I describe it as a mixture of R&B with hip hop textures and Latin percussive elements. So that definitely shows in my music as well. Yeah.
I'm blown away. I'm like, I have to like freeze for a second and then process this, because I realize like I'm talking to somebody who has gone through so much.
Yes.
And maybe this has influenced your project as well.
It has. Yes.
The title of the project is The Child Who Survived.
Yes.
And in my understanding, this makes you feel something. That feeling is that there was this child who was not free, but
Yes.
was free later on.
Absolutely.
What was this
What I
child
just told
free
you.
from?
I don't know if you've seen the cover art when I'm in front of the car and the car is blown up and I'm
I
just
saw
in
that.
front of it. That's actually a reference back to a car accident that I had when I was 9 years old. I am a survivor of a severe car accident that put me on intense care. And I am also a survivor of epilepsy. I had epilepsy from age 2 to 14. And I didn't even realize it at that time that shaped me as a child, but as you grew up, you kind of look into it, and of course, like, there must be some PTSD from those kind of traumatic events. And like I mentioned, I am a survivor of bullying as well, which I think is sometimes a topic that is not highlighted enough. And bullied kids are often looked at as like, oh, you're too sensitive, or this is how life is, and it always gonna happen. But yes, it will, but is it right though? Like, should we be like, yeah, this is how it was? Or should we just like try to make steps towards changing it and treating children individually? Because some children are more sensitive and it can really affect them. Some children can just shake it off of them. I was a very sensitive kid. Yeah.
I hear you, and I feel your pain, and I hope that there's solutions and
I'm
freedom
healed.
for you're healed.
I'm healed. I'm healed. I'm healed.
Would you be
healed.
comfortable sharing your healing journey?
Absolutely. Yes, I am a believer. And I talk to God every day, even on the tram. And He's the foundation for everything that I do. And it's absolutely only God's grace that I can sit here today and that I survived that car accident, or that I was able to even go further in my music career, because I never talked about this publicly, but I'm deciding to share it now because I can feel that this is a safe space. At 17, I was approached by a Hungarian TV talent show, like a commercial TV show that is not even a talent show. They say it's a talent show, but it's a...
I'm gonna have to pause. There was this loud
Sorry, no
helicopter,
worries. Yes.
helicopter going through. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah.
Above?
Yeah, a little bit above would be comfortable.
Should
But
I,
you-
should
the
I
way
say
you hold
this
it, it's good.
one part again?
No, it's say it, please.
Yeah, so just so we have a good one.
Yeah.
So when I...
By the way, everything is good. So the fact that we have a helicopter literally throwing this curveball into the audio room is just good. We're just gonna fix it in post.
authentic. It is
We're just
what
gonna
it
fix
is.
it in post. Maybe
Take two.
Yeah.
Dominica's trauma.
Yeah.
So
Oh my God! But I don't want to laugh at this.
you
But this is
I laugh about it all the time.
Okay, yeah.
It's okay.
Okay.
So when
But
I was...
I want you to feel like as if this was not made into a laughing moment, but made into an authentic moment,
Yeah, of
right?
course.
Yeah,
This is the
yeah.
other side of trauma, when you're able to laugh about things, because you realize that you're the survivor of it, so you're the one who won. So it's
Yeah, you
totally
create your
fine.
story.
Yeah. So when I was 17, I was approached by a commercial TV talent show, one of those, talent searches. And I ended up being humiliated on national TV.
Wow.
And it was a really bad thing. They literally tricked me. They played a different type of song in a different key, so I was not able to give a good performance. And I wasn't bothered by that. I was more bothered by knowing that I'm going to have to go to school the next day when this airs and experience more bullying. And I did. And it was really, really bad. So that kind of slowed me down and made me freeze at age 17 for a lot of years. So I was growing in age, but I was 17 years old. And that made it really difficult for me to progress in life. And I also self-sabotaged a lot, waited with a lot of releases, didn't push my music as much as I should have, because inside, because of that trauma, I didn't really think that I deserve it or that I'm good enough. And the biggest win in life for me is getting over that fear.
Was there someone who told you to have a new perspective, or were you coming to that conclusion on your own?
I was coming to that conclusion on my own, because I didn't even really talk
Where
about it.
were you when you realized this?
It was a gradual process. There was
Okay.
not one moment. It was years of work and looking into to myself and why that has happened and how can I learn from it. But for a long time, it was frozen. I feel like trauma does that to people a lot of times. I saw a podcast and it says like trauma freezes you at the age when it happens to you. And that's why I said I definitely froze at 17. So looking back at some of my choices in my life, maybe you're like, oh yeah, a 23-year-old did that. That's irresponsible. But when you really look back at it, that was a 17-year-old doing things. So I was really careless and immature about my worth and about my talent for a long time because I was frozen.
And you said you come to grapple with that and then find a solution through God.
Yeah.
Was it through a repetition of a certain mantra or a prayer?
It was finding out that even without success, even without anything in life, God loves me fundamentally. And this is what I always tell myself when people ask me like, oh, what's the most important thing in your life? And they sometimes like to phrase it as if it would be music. But music is not the most important thing in life, because career and anything can be taken away from you anytime. It's very important, it's my passion, but the most important thing is to know that I am loved by a higher power whether I'm rich, whether I'm poor, I'm successful or unsuccessful, married, unmarried, anything, without any social construct.
Wow, that's powerful.
Thank you very much.
And I'm glad you believe that.
I do.
Because I think that puts you in a certain position where you're like ready for everything.
Yeah.
And for good and bad.
Yes.
Which is how life should be. Because
Yes.
I think when you grow up, you at one point have to realize that readiness is a key.
Yeah.
And
You're never going to be fully ready.
yeah, but no one prepares you.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
Yeah.
or fortunately. And wow, this is getting into a philosophical conversation, and I
I'm
love
sorry.
that.
People
I love
usually
that.
don't. They look at me and think I'm like some kind of just like bubbly little naive chick, but no.
No, and I love that we get to share this conversation with
Yeah.
each other. So yeah, and you're also somebody who had a moment. I want to go back to the music and ask you about that moment. Where were you when the album or like the EP's title came to you?
I was on Tram 47.
Okay. Yeah.
There's something about Tram 47 for me. I don't know. That just always, it gives me so many ideas. I could be sitting on the tram and like I hear a full song with like horn section and the full beat and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And I was sitting on the tram and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to release an EP called The Child Who Survived and give more depth of who I am to the few people who are listening to me.
Do you remember this moment?
Yes.
Tell me more about it. This
It
was
was-
in midnight or somewhere?
No, it was last summer.
Okay.
Just an afternoon. Yeah.
Okay.
And I saw the whole album cover and everything. And I called one of my best friends. I work with her. I shoot all my my artwork with her. We really work together well. And I told her I want to have a blown up car behind me. So we're gonna have to somehow recreate that.
Or
And-
blow one up.
Yeah. That's why I'm not saying how that was made because I don't want people to know if it's green screen, if it's AI, or we actually blew up a car because I don't want people to play with me. 'Cause
Nah, I'm
what
just
if I blow
kidding.
your car up? No, I'm joking.
Yeah. Yeah. There you go. And what do you want this project to be?
This project is a journey. It has 4 songs. The first one is out at the time of this filming. It's called The One, which is about reminiscing and awakening. Then the second one is called Making Love to Your Shadow. It's about how childhood trauma can affect you in your adult relationships and when you're trying to get close to someone, but the person is like a shadow, like he's there, but he's not fully there. And then the third one is called Free Me, as in free me. So they go in order. It's about bitterness and wanting to go to therapy because of the people that never went to therapy. And then the fourth one is Waiting For, which is about connecting to the higher power, healing, and waiting for your blessings. So it's like
Wow.
a small journey. Yeah. It's a prelude to my album called The Urban Flower that I'm going to drop next year.
Wow. Can't wait.
Thank
Can't
you.
wait. So I had the chance to listen to the first song,
Yeah.
The One. I would love to focus on that.
Okay.
How does it open?
Shame on me for longing to be happy.
Exactly.
Shame on me for beaming in a joy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that idea is just like in my mind, and I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
She went there and I think touched a part of me that is so real.
Yeah.
And I'm like, part of me is like wants to be happy, but sometimes I'm like, do I deserve that?
Yes.
Where did you come up with this concept, or like what was the writing process like?
That intro, that a cappella intro, actually wasn't part of the song for a very long time. I recorded this song last year in July. And it felt incomplete somehow. And then randomly I was just at home and I literally just heard, "Shame on me for longing to be happy," like that. And it's like, your inner child saying like, "Oh, all right, like I'm all of these things. I'm a loud, enthusiastic person, but I get shamed for it. So is it bad? Is it bad that I have this beaming inner joy?" And then the lyrics go, "Taking turns of love and hate and ghost of flawed human nature. Shame on me for feeling insecure." What I just talked about, that we shame kids who are more sensitive. So that whole a cappella intro is my inner child talking. And then when I start the verse with "No rest till I'm laid upon the beach in happiness," that's my adult self longing to be always around the beach and kind of also connecting with my Mediterranean roots. And I just feel like unexplainable peace anytime I'm around ocean or sea. So that's how the song came to be. So it's like a conversation with my inner child, basically. Yeah.
Wow. And you are touched by that, and we are touched by that too.
I'm
So
so
yeah.
happy that that line touched you. Yeah,
Yeah.
because it was a very effortless and natural thing to write. Yeah, it just like jumped out of me.
You're a songwriter and also a producer.
I am. Yeah.
Tell me more about how has this production shaped you as a producer, and what
Mm-hmm.
did you learn?
So my story with production goes back to the very beginning of my discography, but I was producing with others, so I was co-producing. I would love to shout out my very good friends T and I on the beat and Hugo Blue. They are my friends from Nigeria, and they studied in Debrecen, and we met through like university events and stuff like that. And they were a huge part of me learning how to produce, because I was watching them how they did those things, and I would always like hum things like da 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 da, make this guitar or make this and then, or I would drum on the table like I want the beat to go like this, and that was going on for years. So I always co-produced. And then about 2 years ago, I bought a MIDI keyboard, and I was like, well, if I can drum it on the table, I can try to drum it on the MIDI keyboard. And I know how to play a few chords, and I do everything by ear and by feeling. So I don't know how to actually play an instrument apart from a few chords on the MIDI keyboard.
Which is perfect.
Thank you very much. And that's why I haven't released new music before the one for 827 days.
Who's counting?
I counted. I
Okay.
literally counted. It's 2 years and 4 months. I literally checked the last time I released a song and then the release day, and it was 827 days. But that's not because I didn't want to release anything. It was because I was learning how to produce on my own, and this is the most authentic work that I've ever put out because of that, because I can truly like shape my sound. But that doesn't mean that I don't still want to collaborate with my friends or other producers. It just means that I have the freedom to always sit down with my logic and add an idea, and I don't need to wait for anyone to make that happen, and it feels so great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From idea to execution, that's the best feeling that one can get.
And then with live instrumentation, like you heard with Michael or Making Love to Your Shadow, or even in the one you can hear the horn section, I usually produce that, compose it in MIDI on my Logic, and then I play it to someone who plays, and they write the notes, and then we just get into the studio and they record it, and it feels unbelievable to hear on like a live instrument what I composed, because I can't play the horns, but somehow, some way I wrote that melody, so it's really nice.
You're a songwriter, you're a producer, you're a singer.
And I also rap.
Yeah. No, I just wanted to ask you, how would your younger self feel about you now?
I think we would be really cool friends. If I could meet like 5-7-year-old Dominiqa, we would be vibing. This would be a much louder conversation if I could meet my younger self. I hope she would be proud, and I hope she would think that I didn't completely lose her. because I never want to lose the inner child. You know how they say about like romantic relationships that I'm trying to find someone to grow old with. I'm trying to find someone that I can stay a kid with.
Nice.
You know, just to have fun and be playful and all that, because I think that's so important in life. Because there's so much shit going on, so we might as well try to have laughter and fun. It's so important.
Well, cheers to that. Amen.
Yeah.
Thank you for having us, and thank you for being part of this conversation.
Thank you so much. Thank
High
you.
five on that.
Yay.
Awesome.